back. Feeling better? Good. This is my RJH Ferret grinder machine. All jokes gratefully not being accepted. I ran it and the wheel had a grinding wheel on there, just wasn't tight, and the moment it ran it cracked. Well, we got that roughed out, but it's really hard, so I thought I'd get an accurate finish. I'll get an accurate finish on this ferret grinder. So here we go. And there we don't go. I'm kicking myself because I should have just tightened the wheel. But anyway, so I've got a couple of replacement wheels from fleabay. This is a blue wheel, no idea. And I need to thin it down, it's too deep. This is more the type of wheel we're expecting to find on it. It's a face grinding machine, but the arbor's too big there. So what I'm probably going to do is make a new arbor on the lathe. But first, I'm going to try and trim this wheel down. I did get in contact with RJH and said, right, where do I get a wheel? And they replied, well, it should have a diamond coated grinding wheel on it, and you know, anything from £540 to £340. Well, the machine only cost me 180, so stuff that. So I've written out all the parameters of the wheel there, and there we go. That's what I was looking for, and fleabay was the only place. I couldn't find original manufacturers and all of that type of stuff, and RJH just said, look, it's a no, it shouldn't be an aluminium oxide wheel or what have you, it should be diamond. So I'll try it, and if I fail, I fail. Alright, so I'm going to mark this wheel off at 40mm. This was an old mortise gauge, it wasn't very good, so I made a wedge for it. There we go. We'll set that to the correct depth, which is 40. If I had enough hands, I'd be even better. Okay, and I'm going to roughly mark what I need off that wheel, because that's going to foul. Alright, so there we go, that's what we're going to take off. We'll have a look and see. Okay, well, under normal circumstances I'd probably give this a go with a diamond cutter in an angle grinder or some such nonsense, but that's down at my daughter's, so let's see if we can give it the hacker. I can't do it on the machine because it's too thick. Well, it could be worse, couldn't it? Alright, well, that worked well, but I'm going to go through quite a lot of blades with that. Well, that's a cutting disc there, and that smells toasty. Maybe not. Okay, sit rep. Surprisingly, it took all the teeth off my hacker. So my least favourite panel saw is being pressed into operation. It's too long. It's too long a panel saw for me, particularly in this shed. So it's not doing bad, is it? It's knacked out the teeth a bit, but that's not a bad effort, boys. So that's coming along quite quickly. So I'm going to wedge that, flip it, and see if I can get it off in a wanner. Right, so I've wedged up the side there, and if I snap it or crack it, then I do. I've cracked it. Right, don't worry. Alright, well I cracked that a little bit ago, but there we go. So we'll fit this on the grinder and then dress this up. So these were the little bolts. It must have come loose. Fired up the machine. It got a bit of a wonk on the wheel. Hit the guards. Bang. Okay. Let's go forward. So you don't get a very good close-up with the old GoPro. The batteries run out. Pain in the neck to set up. Let's see what it does. Let's see what we do sharpening this high-speed steel. Okay, well it's not giving a mirror finish, but it's certainly grinding quite nicely. Okie dokie, we're back. So we need to make a new mounting boss to fit the other wheel, carborundum wheel. We know the diameter roughly, but I'm going to make a custom piece so it's absolutely spot on, so we know we've got the fit of the new one correct. Our new piece is hidden in here somewhere, so there's a bit of machining to do. It's a bit of turning and then drill some holes. So first things first, we're going to make a little mandrel. You can mount this on, and I'll also be able to mount the piece on my rotary table, because I'll machine an end to fit in the hole in the rotary table. Right, well this piece is a long piece, so what we're going to do is just get it sitting square in the jaws. Right, we'll line that up, pop a centre in it, and then do the work at this end. Now let's centre this up. Probably looks about right. Right, okay. So we'll tighten that on. Alright, so we're whittling down on this piece now, and we're on a 50 thousandths cut. Okay, right, we've been making a lot of chips, and what we've now got, I'll deburred this so we're safe here. Spot on, nice fit there. Nice fit there. So we'll park this off here. So that's now a nice plug.
Right, I'm going to mount that plug up accurate and get the centre in there now.
That's right up tight on the spindle nose, so that should be accurate. So there we are. We're in there. And we're in there. So now we can mount this up when we're ready to do the final 2 holes at 180 degrees. Crack in. So we've put this big plate in here. It's reading 0. It's bouncing around a bit. 0, 0, 0. So we're pretty centered on the major diameter. We're going to machine. I couldn't hold it with this boss here. I wanted to face off the back of this so it's really flat, but I just couldn't hold it. This boss is all over the place. So I'm going to
dress this,
flip it, face off the other side. Right, this isn't some fancy piece of casting. This is cheap, nasty stuff. And it's going to make a right mess of my lathe. So I'm trying to catch some of the rubbish in a tarp. I've got a tarp on there. Alright. And so on and so forth.
Okay, so I've flipped it, dressed it, then flipped it back. Cleaning it up, we're going to poke a hole in, off we go.
In the big boy drill. And on with the dust making.
It's abrasive, nasty stuff, so I'm going to clean it off like mad afterwards.
I'm not going all the way through with this. I want to go to about an inch. Okay. Back in. The face boring mill. Okay. So that's made a good job there. Yeah, not even warm.
Right, we've broken out the boring bar. We're going to work through and then get that plug to sit accurate in the hole.
I measured quite carefully.
I've snuck up on it and I've just got it where I want it.
I've got to now bore the outside flange to fit the wheel. Okay, so my wheel sits on nicely. It's slightly abrasive is cast, and this is a rubber or plastic insert, so I'm going to call that good, leave it at that. Now I've got to part this off. Right, if I part it off here, I'm going to lose a fair bit of this puck. So what I'm going to do is come down with the hacker it off, face up this, and then flip this and finish this side. The bore's where I want it, the minor diameter's where I want it. Hacker time. I'll hacker et arrive, and that safety guard's going to get right in my bloomin' way, isn't it? We've just taken the safety off the back there, and we're on doing the hacker, just hacking our way through. Old school. This is the sound of workshops of yesteryear, when men had one arm that looked like Popeye. Flaming Henry. Right, keep going. There we go. There's my donut. Nice clean cut, and I've not wasted too much. Please, dear Lord, let me be the right thickness. Yeah, plenty of meat on that, isn't there? Nice. Alright. Well, reflections are always fun, but look, we've flipped it, set it true, and we're away.
I've cleaned the dust off the cross slide and then set the top slide over about 42 degrees, chamfering away, and we'll compare it to the original and see where we're at.
We're on the Tom Senior. Here's the original, here's the blank. This is my plug that I made. It slips nice and tight into my rotary table, so providing that drops into the center. Okay, so that drops into the center. I'll lock that off, tighten up, then I know I'm central. Then I'll drop my original in nice and snug, pick up that center, and then drill it in a new piece. And I've moved the table to pick that up, so I'm going to lock off. There is Okay, I know where the centre is here. I'm strapped down. I've got a piece of plywood, so I'm not going to knack my rotary table. Rotary table set to 180 degrees. Bob on your 60-minute mark. So I should be able to drill this. So I've been holding the drills in collets straight into the spindle nose, but I don't want this one to slip up and down, so he's really held tight in an ER25. So I'll take that drill out, put the ER25 in. First of all, make sure I'm good and tight on this drawbar. Yep, I don't want that shifting. And then drop this down to position, lock it off. Then set the height of the head plus a little wiggle room. Just stack these blocks up here. 30. There you go, that's about right. So I'll use the same stack on the other side. Alright, so it should be good to now do the counter bores. Okay, so we're about right now. I'm just going to clean off all the dust, not blow it off because it'll go everywhere. And then I'm going to reset the clamps across here. Move the table to 90 degrees because we're at 180 and 360. So we're going to go to 90 degrees, drill and tap out the
disengagement holes. Okay, we swapped out for the drill chuck there, and we've drilled and tapped. I'll have a little compare to the original. The cap heads sitting very similar, and we're all tapped for the disengagement screws as well, so we should be good to go here. I'll just got this alignment puck, I've blued it up, Dicam blue. We'll use an engraver and we'll just write on what it's for, so when I put it in my box I can remember later, and if I need to do a similar job I'll be straight in there, save a bit of bother, eh? The bluing just helps you see where you are as you're working along. It's rough, but it's quick and easy.
So that's picking up very nicely on there.
Right, I'll give that a quick spin and then put the table on and try some grinding with it. Looks good. Okay, I've dressed the wheel up with a diamond dressing point and set the table down to about 7 degrees, and I'm just working across with a parting tool there and just seeing what sort of finish I can get. Yeah, it's certainly a nice thing to use. The edge was good, you don't get any rounding because you're on a flat face, so very useful to have this machine up and running again. I'm happy.
Right, here I am at the lathe. Batteries are a nightmare, the GoPros are a nightmare, but anyway, I'm going to take this cover off, brush all the dust into the middle of it and chuck it. Shed guy, Getting out of here, GoPro drives me mad. Ciao, mama.